Hello, my name is Angela Hamblin Kelly, and I'm the Executive Director of the Baptist Centers for Good Grief. As grief counselors, we look at grief as all of the thoughts and feelings that run around inside our minds and bodies after someone we love dies. We know that grief can be overwhelming and full of many, many changes. And even though we feel like we want to be fixed, we're not broken. We're grieving. At the Baptist Centers for Good Grief, we believe that grief is a lot like an ocean, and there are many, many waves in that ocean of grief. Let's listen as Hannah talks with us about a coping strategy for these waves of grief.
Emotions are often the first thing that come to mind when we talk about grief. We may feel sad, mad, lonely, anxious, confused, or scared. Whichever emotions you feel in your grief are okay. Let's look towards nature for a better understanding of how to cope with these emotions. Just like the waves in the ocean change, so do your emotions. Like waves, your emotions might be calm and peaceful one moment, and at another moment, they are powerful and unpredictable. As part of grief, you may have experienced your emotions more intensely than ever before. This can cause us to feel helpless or controlled by these waves of emotion. We may feel like we are struggling to keep our head above the water, or even like we're drowning. Let's pretend we are floating on a surfboard in the ocean. A wave is approaching. We have a few options here. We can try to put up our hands and stop the wave from coming. No, absolutely not. You will not be crashing here. This approach probably will not work very well. The wave will likely throw us off our surfboard, push us underwater, and we will have to swim really hard to get ourselves back on our board. When we try to change the natural rhythm of the ocean, we're knocked off our board. Another option is to turn our surfboard around and have our backs facing this oncoming wave. This might be nice for a bit. We could pretend the wave isn't coming. But this doesn't stop the wave. The wave will crash. We will get knocked off our board, spun around underwater, and here we are again, working really hard to keep our heads above the water. When we try to deny or ignore the natural rhythm of the ocean, we're knocked off our boards. We have a third option. We can choose to surf or ride the wave coming towards us. Experienced surfers do not fight powerful ocean waves. They move with the wave, riding its natural tide. When a surfer successfully rides a wave, it washes out and ebbs away. If we choose to accept the natural rhythm of the wave, we will be brought safely back to shore. When most of us experience a wave of emotion, we try to choose to change it or get rid of it. We want to escape it or fix it because it's uncomfortable and painful to experience these emotions. But this is often more painful and requires more energy than feeling the emotion. Riding the wave allows us to sit with discomfort, sorrow, and pain instead of fighting or feeling like we need to run away from that feeling. We will see some waves coming, like holidays, birthdays, or anniversaries, and other waves may surprise us, like a meaningful song on the radio. Emotions and grief are as natural as waves in the ocean. When we express and feel these emotions, we are participating in valuable grief work. In other words, if you don't feel it, you don't heal it. So here are some tips to help us ride a wave of emotion. 1, name the feeling. Getting curious about and naming what we are experiencing helps us to separate ourselves from the emotion. 2, remember you are not defined by your emotions. I am feeling sad versus I am sad. 3, go with the flow. Experience the emotion as it comes without trying to change it or trying to get rid of it. 4, try not to judge your emotion. We don't question why there are waves in the oceans. They are natural, and so is our grief. No feeling is right or wrong. It just is. 5, remind yourself this is only temporary. A wave is leaving at the same time it is coming. You may want to incorporate a coping skill from a previous Toolbox session, reciting a mantra such as, "This too will pass." Like most coping strategies, doing this exercise only once or twice likely won't be very effective. We would not expect to surf a wave on our first try. The more we practice, the easier it will become.
Just like tools in our toolboxes at home, we have to mindfully select the right tool, and we have to pick it up and use it when we need it. For example, the hammer doesn't work if I don't actually pick it up and actually use it. So think about riding these waves of emotion with your surfboard, remembering they are natural and temporary. Remember, you're not alone. Grief is real, big, better shared. We'll see you soon for another Coping Skills Toolbox segment. And remember, you can find our podcast, Grief is Real, Big, Better Shared, wherever you download your podcast. You can also learn more about us at www.baptistgriefcenters.org. See you soon.
I'm Diane Brockmeyer, the CEO of MidAmerica Transplant, and we are honored to sponsor this episode of Grief is Real, Big, Better Shared. At MidAmerica Transplant, we have the privilege of working with families across southern Missouri and northeast Arkansas who choose to donate their loved ones' organs or tissues. While donation often brings families comfort, they are still heartbroken by their loss. We are proud to work with the Center for Good Grief and appreciate everything they are doing in the region to help bring healing to people who are coping with loss. Grief support is especially meaningful to me, as it was a tremendous help to my daughter, who lost her dad when she was 7 years old. 20 years later, she still recalls the positive, safe feelings she had with her grief support group. They understood her. MidAmerica Transplant is inspired by life and by the donor families who give transplant patients a second chance. For more information about becoming a donor, visit sayyesgivelife.org.